OMG BBG! Yo, BBGs, back with another unboxing. So like we promised in our actual mystery box unboxing just a little bit ago, we are unboxing some of these guys now. The most hyped up ones, we have of course the main characters. This is Super Hyperion H6 and we have Kolossal Helios H6. So of course, Hasbro versions of Super Hyperion and, you know, King Helios. They have metal in the drivers and they have kind of like a nerfed version of the chassis, so I mean, it's not bad overall, right? We got some new abilities and whatnot, so yeah, might not be a bad pickup for you guys.
Yeah, it's the SpeedStorm stuff, so this is Season 5 Beyblade Burst Surge products, separate to the Pro Series stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking for actual Season 5 characters, this is going to be the ones right here, right? So let's take a look at the back of the box for both of these bays and kind of go over the new stuff that we get. So let's start off with Kolossal Helios H6. First of all, they changed that name, so instead of King, they put Kolossal. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, King sounded really cool, but no worries. It is a balance type. It's a left spin bay, okay? So we have a left spin chip, and it looks like we got that left spin energy layer as well. And the sparking chip core is built into it. So quite different from the original. We have a D82 disc, which is kind of like a chassis. It has like a frame built around it, so it is mimicking the original chassis, but it does look a lot thinner. That's going to be a really interesting part to look at, so can't wait to open it up.
They call it the fused attack power gimmick though.
Yeah, so basically they put the frame and disc together and they call it like a fused part, but that's like the main ability of this bay. And same thing for Super Hyperion too. And of course this has a metal driver, so that's pretty awesome. So we have TSP02-M. So wow, what a mouthful. But it does have metal on it for that new heavy metal hit. So that'll be nice to compare the weights between the original zone driver and this one. Can't wait to check that out. And let's quickly look at the stats too. So now we're actually getting some real stats back. So no more hypersphere stats for like runtime and drop in frequency. We've got some real stats. Attack power 6, we got burst is 2, defense is 5, weight is a 9, agility 2, stamina 6. So it seems like, yeah, your Kolossal Helios H6 is not going to be that fast around the stadium, which is kind of ironic considering the whole series is based on SpeedStorm. So we're going to have to rely on our Super Hyperion to be a little bit faster. So let's look at the parts for that. This is a right spin bay, attack type, comes with that right spin chip and energy layer. Also the D83 disc, which is that fused part once again, so this is replicating that chassis that you get from Takara Tomy. We have TSP07-M, this is the metal version of the Xceed driver. For the stats, we got 9 in attack, 4 in burst, 3 in defense, 9 in weight, 5 in agility, so much more than our Kolossal Helios H6, and 1 in stamina though. So yeah, it's not going to spin for very long.
Yeah, we decided to unbox both of these bays since they are the main characters, Hikaru and Hyuga. So yeah, I guess it's rare that we're unboxing 2 starter bays in one video.
But they're, you know, 2 peas in a pod, right? So I figured it just feels right. Before we open up these 2 SpeedStorm bays, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Also, check us out on Instagram at Geek Dosage. We're doing a bunch of giveaways. Thanks for the support. So here we go, all the bays laid out for you. I mean, overall, the colors are kind of whack, in my opinion. I don't like the colors for these bays. I do like the originals a lot more, but, you know, what can we do, right?
Yeah, I guess, well, what can you do? You have to buy the starter set.
Exactly.
The battle set to get the original colors.
If I had to pick though, I do think that Kolossal Helios does have the better color combination with the white and the red. I think Hyperion's just looking crazy with like that bronzy yellow color. Like, I don't even know what to call that color. But yeah, let's dive into the actual parts. So we have the brand new chips, and I don't know, are they sparking chips? They're not necessarily sparking chips because they don't have sparking chip cores. Like, they are a little bit different. They do resemble the GT chips from the previous season, so there hasn't been any huge changes.
Yeah, they fit on top of the energy layer, but it doesn't really do much. It just kind of goes in. There's no sparking core, but the design of the layer makes it seem like there is. It's just trying to trick your brains.
Yeah, a little bit. Now the exciting part is really this disc here. So it says right there on the actual disc 1B. So this is one balance from the Hasbro version, and you guys can see it's basically a thinner and less wide version of this Takara Tomy version. It's a nerfed version of the Takara Tomy original 1B.
Yeah, it looks like the chassis, but it doesn't actually fit like the chassis does in Takara Tomy world.
Exactly.
It's actually just a regular disc.
They essentially just put a frame around the disc, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. Overall though, doesn't look bad. At least they kept it, right? So next up we have the super long performance tip named, it's TSP02-M. So this is the Hasbro version of the Zone driver. The shape is a little bit different. Of course, this is taller and has a ton of metal, so it's gonna weigh quite a bit. It's still free spinning at the bottom there, which is not too bad. It does have a bit of a raised tip in the center, so I do expect it to move in a very similar fashion when you compare it to the Takara Tomy version.
It might actually be even heavier than the original Zone driver.
Yeah, I would expect it to be with all that metal. It looks pretty crazy.
On the Hasbro version of the Xceed driver though, we don't have any more rubber. And the two Hasbro drivers look actually pretty similar. The Xceed Hasbro driver is actually slightly flatter, so there's going to be a bit more attack going on with that one.
So yeah, let's go over the Hyperion Bay that we have now since we started talking about it. The chip, very similar to the Helios one. It's pretty much just like a GT chip. And with that super ring, it's pretty much the same thing too, right? It retains the shape, which is nice. It does have that built-in sparking chip core look in the center, but it doesn't really do anything. The most important part, D83. So same thing like the other one from Helios. This is supposed to represent the chassis from the regular Super Hyperion. So this is 1A or D83. So yeah, a lot smaller, a lot thinner, but at least it retains its original shape a little bit. And we pretty much talked about the Super Hyperion driver already. So yeah, no rubber, lots of metal, but yeah, can't wait to try it out. Here's a quick look for you guys, side by side, Takara Tomy and Hasbro. So yeah, overall, I mean, the Takara Tomy version just looks so much better in my opinion. The colors are so much nicer. You guys can see the height difference between the drivers. So Hasbro does have a lot taller of tips. Metal on the Hasbro tips, so that's a nice addition. But yeah, we got rubber on the Super Hyperion's Xceed, and then King Helios, the design hasn't changed as much. A little bit sharper tip on the Takara Tomy version of Zone. But yeah, take a look at those chassis. Definitely a lot thicker on Takara Tomy.
Yeah, there's a size comparison for you. Let's test out the weight of the Bey, and then we'll do some test battles.
And let's start off with Kolossal Helios. 48.81. Okay, not too bad. Pretty close to 50. Now let's check out our Hyperion. 48.82. Dude, it's pretty much like the exact same weight. So these two bays are pretty much identical in their Hasbro forms. That's interesting. But if you guys compared the Takara Tomy versions, Hyperion actually weighed more, I believe.
61.6.
Yeah, huge difference compared to Hasbro. So yeah, it broke the 60s, and then I think Helios was in the 50s still.
Yeah, 58.04.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a weight difference between those two in the Takara Tomy world. Let's try weighing out just the drivers. So the original Zone, 5.98 grams, so pretty much 6. Now let's look at the Hasbro version, 14.37. Wow, that is a huge difference. All right, let's look at Xceed. 6.04. And then the Hasbro version, 14.53. Those metal pieces are making a huge difference in the weight. All right, let's do a test battle.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, Helios is actually a little bit more aggressive. For this round anyways. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Oh, burst.
3, 2, 1. Three, two, one. Helios is wiping out. Alright, that's like a tie.
Okay, BBGs, that is it for our unboxing on our Kolossal Helios and our Super Hyperion, the Hasbro versions, SpeedStorm Beys. So let us know what you guys think of these Beys down in the comment section below. The changes are pretty interesting. Some of them are actually pretty good. Like those extra, metal pieces on the driver, like dude, it's pretty sick. So overall, I mean, it's pretty nice upgrade from, previous like Hypersphere Beys in my opinion, right? When it comes to, the weight and stuff. But yeah, let us know what you guys think, okay? Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and as always, geeks out!